dreamed of rain, and the rains came, soft and easy, sweet and clear. I dreamed of rain, and the rains came, and peace fell over the world. I dreamed of rain, and the rains came, soft and easy, sweet and clear. I dreamed of rain, and the rains came, and peace spread over the land. I dreamed of summer, and the winds changed, and the green was easy, and blue and clear. I dreamed of summer, and the rains changed, and peace spread over the land. And the flowers bloomed in the desert, and the air is rich and clear. I dreamed of rain, and the rains came, and peace spread over the land. I dreamed of freedom, and the moon rose, and the way was easy, and the path was clear. I dreamed of freedom, and the moon rose, and peace spread over the land. I dreamed of freedom, and the moon rose, and the way was easy, and the path was clear. I dreamed of freedom, and the moon rose, and peace spread over the land. And the guardian stars were shining, and the nights were bright and clear. I dreamed of freedom, and the moon rose, and peace spread over the land. I dreamed of happiness. I dreamed of heaven, and the earth sang, and the sound was easy, and the song was clear. I dreamed of heaven, and the earth sang, and peace spread over the land. And the ancient fear in the earth sang, the song was easy, the song was clear. I dreamed of love, and peace spread over the land. And the ancient pain is forgotten, and the dagger's death so clear. I dreamed of heaven, and the earth sang, and peace spread over the land. I dreamed of rain, and the rains came, and peace spread over the land. Isn't that a beautiful song? Thank you, ladies, for such a soul-soothing song. It's sweet. It's a sweet song. Meditation. Now, I'd like for you all to join me We welcome you to the podium, a wonderful regular that we're always happy to have with us, Reverend Dr. Calette Williams.
Good morning, everybody. I'm so grateful and thankful to be here with you today. So today, I wanted to talk about one of my favorite things to do, and that's manifesting. Um, I've spoke about that several times, coming here. But I found out in the world, people tend to think when you're manifesting, it's all about glam and fine cars and bank accounts and all the wonderful, great stuff that we all want. But it's much more to it than that. It's much deeper than that. Manifesting starts with a thought. And it starts with the thought being good or bad. Because you have the ability and the power to manifest good things in your life just as well as bad things in your life. It just depends on where you put your focus. If you wake up every day saying, oh man, I gotta go to this job again today. It's Greg getting on my nerves. Somebody keeps stealing my lunch stealing my lunch, eating it. And guess what? You're probably gonna have that experience every single day. And yes, it's based off of somebody else's actions, because they should just bring their own lunch. But if you shift your perspective or your focus or your thought process about it, then guess what? It can turn into a positive thing, because maybe that person, if you just shift your focus. Sometimes you gotta let go and let God. Shift your focus and think, well, maybe they didn't have money to buy food. Maybe that's why they're eating my lunch. And then maybe you can reach down inside to the God in you, have 2 lunches if you have the means. And you see how you've turned something that's irritating to you into something positive, because now, hopefully they're not greedy and they eat both lunches, but but you can, right, you can shift that focus, shift that thought process, and turn that negative into something positive. It's all about where you want to place your energy, how much you want to feed into something, how much you want to give life to it. Because the more we think about something, the more we're pouring our thought process energy into it, and we are basically feeding the dragon, be it good or bad. It can be a fire-breathing dragon or just a cloud-sucking dragon. Just depends on how you want to look at it. I work hard there every day because I try to practice everything that I talk to y'all about. And sometimes it's hard work. Sometimes it's very hard work to stay focused and stay positive and shift your focus every single time. And I'm not going to stand up here and say, oh, well, my thoughts don't get the best of me sometimes and I don't get discouraged, because that's part of the human experience. It happens to all of us. That's that human side of us. But if we wake up every day, and that meditation this morning was fabulous. But if we take time, just like that meditation she gave this morning, and just sit and think. Sometimes don't even think, just sit. The Bible says, peace be still. Sit in that peace, sit in that stillness, and think about how you want your day to be today. When I wake up in the morning, I take 5 or 10 minutes, and I just close my eyes and I repeat to myself, choosing happiness today. I am choosing happiness today. I don't care what happens, what's thrown my way, I'm going to find a way to choose happiness. Because everything that we do ultimately boils down to a choice. And sometimes we get stuck on autopilot and we just breeze through the day and we get kind of caught up in a loop. And your thoughts sometimes can be the same thing. Guess what? Those thoughts that are the same every single day just pulls that energy into you, whatever you're thinking about. So why not choose to make it be happy thoughts? Come from a place of gratitude. Come from a place of thankfulness. I'm thankful that I woke up this morning. I'm thankful that I got hot water to take a shower. Just the little things. If we find a way to be in a state of being to where we are always grateful, we're always thankful. And then guess what? You start to add in those things that you want out of life and focus on that. Be grateful, be thankful, focus on the things you want. And guess what? The universe will start to shift things in your life and create situations that will start to, as my mom used to say, order your steps to get to where you're trying to go. I hated my job that I had previously with a passion. But I had to stop focusing on that fact because all it did was make me angry and upset to go to work each day. But when I started to shift my focus and say, you know what? I might not like this job, but it's paying my bills for the time being. So I just decided not to focus on the negative and focus on, okay, I'm going to do my job to the best of my ability, despite what other people around me are doing or what they're not doing. I'm not going to focus on what this person is not doing if they're not acting in their role to the best of their ability. I'm going to do mine and not focus on that, which made my day better because I focused on my role and what I was supposed to do. And after a while, it didn't matter what anybody else was doing because it wasn't a part of my thought process. Because I shifted my focus and made it not be a part of my reality anymore. It's a part of everybody else's experience, but if I'm not focused on it, then guess what? It's not a part of my reality. It's really that simple in everything that we do. And I found myself approached with another job opportunity, put my 2 weeks notice in, and I took that opportunity. But you see how things shift. If we shift our focus and focus on the positive instead of the negative, then we won't keep hitting that wall. Dr. Wayne Dyer said one time, he always spoke about basically speaking it, believing it, and receiving it. And he would say, you change your thoughts, you change your life. And I've read a lot of his books. And I started to practice that because it's like sometimes our thoughts imprison us in anger. It can imprison us in sadness. And it's just because we're caught in that loop. But if we try to just shift it, call your attention back, focus on something else. I kept getting up when I had that job. I kept getting up every day. And the first thought in my mind was like, man, I don't want to go in here. I would sit in my car and say a little prayer before I got out of the car to go in the building. But it's like, yes, I'm praying that I can make it through the day, but if I shift my thought process and turn that negative into something positive, then you open a door for the overflow that the universe has in store for you. You welcome me in greater things, better things. I can tell y'all the story. I had a Hyundai Tucson. I've driven it here many, many times. And it's my first time ever having, I guess it's a foreign car. But it was my first time getting one. I did not love it. Did not love it. But I grew up, my dad, he drove Cadillacs and Chevys. That's all he had. My mom, she didn't care. As long as she put key in it and cranked up, she didn't care. My dad, on the other hand, he did. So I wanted to try something different, so I got the Hyundai Tucson. Not knocking it, I just didn't love it. I'm 6'1". Didn't realize that the car was going to be so compact. So it's like every day, feel like you crunched up in a box. So I said, you know what? I'm gonna stop saying that I hate this car, and I'm gonna love it as it is for what it is, because I made a choice to go out and get it. So I shifted my focus and not focused on the fact that every time I get in this car, my knees are hitting the dash. So, and it's like my son, he's 6'1", he's 6'2". So same thing for him. Mama, why you get this car? I'm like, don't worry about it. So, long story short, I just made it up in my mind that I wanted a new car. I was going to go back to a Chevy like I've always driven. So I said, you know what? I told myself, I said, I do not want to put any money down. So I focused on that. I'm going to go in a dealership, get a car. I'm not going to have to put any money down. I'm going to test drive it. And then when I'm driving my Tucson, I'm going to see myself driving a Chevy Equinox. And that's what I did. And I'm telling you this story because that's how focused you have to be on the things that you want in your life. You have to see yourself in that space. See yourself in the new job. See yourself in whatever situation that you want to be in. See yourself in that situation. I tell my cousin, she's single, and I want to get married before I turn 40. And I'm like, well, girl, you're not turning 40, I'm sorry. But I'm like, what type of person do you want? Be specific. I'm telling her you can manifest your person, but you got to be that person, because on the flip side of that, we're all manifesting, and the person that you might be wanting is manifesting you. So you have to be the person that you want for your person. You have to see yourself in that situation. I kid y'all not. I drove that in my Tucson every day. I went to the dealership, test drove the car, and you know, they always try to put you in the most expensive version of the car that you want. So I get there, and I just want a Chevy Equinox. It's simple to me, but they remade them and made them bigger on the inside. So I test drove, and of course, they pull out the Chevy Equinox RS. It's top of the line, all the bells and whistles, got the panoramic sunroof, heating and cooling steering wheel. I'm like, wow, I'm kind of bad. But I test drove it and love the car. I don't need a sunroof. I've been there, did that. I had a Jeep Grand Cherokee and the sunroof leaked all the time. I hated it. But long story short, I started to see myself in my Tucson as if I was sitting in the Chevy Equinox. And I kid you not, your mind, just like she just took us to the beach. I know I'm not the only one that was sitting up here, that was sitting on that beach on a blanket, under the sun and felt the heat, and heard the seagulls. I know I'm not the only one. But that's how powerful our minds are. And I guarantee you, probably some of us want to go to the beach. I know I do in real life. And I'm like, she just helped me manifest that. Because Bible also says where three or more gather in my name. She took us there and we seen it. That's how powerful our minds are. I kid you not. I was driving a Tucson, but it was an Equinox on the inside. And when we leave today, I'll show y'all my new Equinox that's sitting outside. I'm just saying. I'm sharing this with you because I practice this. I've been practicing this. When I was in college, my dissertation was on the realness of reality. Because we're living a very human experience and things happen to us. But if you change your thoughts, it can change your mind. Because everything that we experience, when we're focused on it and focused with intention, we see it in our mind's eye. The universe is always going to make it materialize because that's just how powerful we are as a collective. We were created in that likeness. We were. So it's like you can get the things that you want. I'm not gonna say everything, I test drove Chevy Equinox with a panoramic sunroof, but I don't have a use for that because I'm not a person that likes to drive with the sun cooking at the top of my head. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, I'm just not. But this car that I have, I test drove a 2025. I went to a dealership and got a 2026 that had everything that the 2025 RS has, but I got a 2026 regular Chevy Equinox, but they remade it, and it has everything that the RS had. So it's like, I kid you not, I envisioned myself in it. I actually went and test drove it. I put it on my vision board. I looked at it every day. I repeated it to myself every day. And less than a week, my son went with me because he was like, I don't think you're going to get no car. I'm like, son, you've been with me 21 years. Come on. If I say I'm going to do something, I'm going to do it. You have to have that follow through. And you have to believe in yourself. I sat there and they heckled me. You put this much down. You put this. I don't want to put any money down. I don't. Well, how can we help you this week? I don't want to put any money down. Sometimes you got to stand in your truth. I didn't want to put any money down. So I made a choice. You gonna give me a car or I'm gonna get back in my Tucson and continue to envision myself until the universe brings me another opportunity where I can get in the car that I want. And it's like, well, let me go talk to my manager. Guess who walked out of the dealership with no money down with 2026? With only 14 miles on it, I'm just saying, we have that ability to do anything and everything that we want. Once upon a time, the first degree I ever got was my culinary degree. And I was adamant that I'm going to LaCourte Blue. I'm going to LaCourte Blue, and I care. No, I don't want to go to the Art Institute. No, I want to go to LaCourte Blue. I got denied 3 times. But I had made it up in my mind that I'm going to LaCourte Blue. Guess who got in the 4th time and got into the Accelerator program? I'm just saying, sometimes you have to stand strong, stand firm in the things that you want. You have to have just that unwavering thought right there. I didn't care what nobody else said. When I was growing up, my mama used to say, rest her soul, she said a lot of things. She used to say, can't nobody tell you nothing. You just get something in your mind and you just go with it. I'm like, that's how you raised me. And sometimes she would say, you just like your dad, you just say whatever comes up, comes out. So I had to learn to censor myself. But you have to stand firm in what you believe. Because ultimately it's your choice. It's whatever you want. You speak it, you believe it, you receive it. The Bible says, knock and the door shall open. I don't know anybody that stands at a door. Well, I'm gonna say this. I'm gonna take that back because we have cameras now. You can stand at the door and be seen. But before technology, I don't know anybody that stood at a front door and did knock and somebody just was like, come on in. No. You got to walk up to that door and knock on it like it's your door and open it and walk through it and believe that you're going to have or receive what you're asking for. I talk to the universe just like I'm talking. Sometimes my son is like, who are you talking to? Oh, okay. You meditated, Jim. Yes, I am. We have what we have because I have these conversations. Because just like you can talk yourself into bad situations, you can talk yourself into good situations. And I choose to find myself in good situations, not bad ones. It's that simple. And I'm sharing this with you because I believe that we should have the things that we want in this life. We're having the experience anyway. Why not? Why not manifest along the way? Why not tap into source and manifest the lives that we want? We're making choices every day. We're making choices and decisions every day. Why not make good choices? Why not make great decisions?
No offense, but he's sleeping.
I know he's living a good life. That's the best life. But yeah, I wanted to share that with y'all today because it's like in the climate that we face out in the world, things are happening and it feels like the choices are being taken away from you. You can choose to have a different mindset, have a different thought process. Because ultimately it's up to you. They say, your life is in your hands. It literally is. You literally can change your reality. Once upon a time, I used to dream about speaking in front of people and sharing my thought processes on, manifesting and how the divine moves in my life and share what I've learned along the way. And where am I? Standing right here speaking to y'all throughout the year. And I feel very blessed and grateful and thankful to have the opportunity because it gives me the opportunity to share things that I've learned and figured out. And I promise you it works. Just shift your focus. Speak it, believe it, receive it. If you want something, don't believe it in negative. And be mindful of who you share stuff with. If you're trying to manifest something in your life, you don't want to share it with someone that's going to be like, oh, you shouldn't do that. I have made it a habit to not have conversations with people that haven't at least been through, to advise me that haven't been through what I've experienced and who hasn't superseded beyond my experience. Because you'll find that 9 times out of 10, when you're sharing something with somebody and they really don't understand because they haven't lived your experience or walked your walk, they'll cast doubt on the things that you want. Not intentionally, it's just they haven't elevated their thought process. It's, oh, I don't think you should get on your car. They putting all computer stuff in there. We live it with technology every day. Like, Tesla is a driving computer, you know what I mean? So I'm saying that be mindful of who you share what you're trying to get for yourself. Because not everybody is going to cheer you on or um, push you to get where you're trying to go. Some people will look at you and be like, well, how did you do that? Me and my higher self. You have to have those conversations. Sometimes you have to be very, very private with what you're trying to do for yourself because we're all in this human experience and sometimes humans can be humans and they haven't evolved or elevated enough for you to share where you're trying to go. And sometimes if you're trying to move further in life and let's say you want to be in Hollywood and movies or whatever, anything. Sometimes you can't take the dead weight with you. Because when you're trying to elevate, when source is trying to elevate you to the next level, somebody is holding your hand and it's like pulling you back. I seen a TikTok video of a teacher teaching one of his students. He had her to stand up on a chair. And he said, now try to pull me up. And she couldn't. And he said, I'm going to try to pull you down. And he was like, man, you see how easy it is for me to pull you down, but you can't pull me up with you. And that's life. Sometimes people will pull you down just so you can be down there in the space with them because sometimes negative energy likes to be around negative energy. So sometimes you have to separate yourself and get where you're trying to go. And I'm telling you all of this because it has to do with manifesting. You ask for certain things, sometimes the things that you are asking for is an elevation from where you are. And some people can't go with you. It's like they say, some people can't go with you to heaven. I know y'all heard people say that. They can't go with you to heaven. That's not for somebody to say. How can you tell me somebody can't go to heaven with me? How can you tell me any of those things if you haven't experienced it? When you're trying to manifest things for yourself, just be mindful, be focused, stay grateful, stay thankful, be specific. I was so specific to the interior, the functions, everything that I wanted in my car. I wrote it down because I've learned that along the way too. The more specific you are about anything, the universe is going to start turning them wheels and align you with opportunities for you to get what you want or go where you're trying to go. I said in my next job, I didn't want to have to lift boxes. I wanted a more stationary type of job because I was in retail and lifting boxes every day. Banging up my arms, getting scratched up, cardboard hurts, that's all I can say. It does. My job that I have now, I sit at a desk. You have to be specific in the things that you're asking for and focus on that. And sometimes you have to keep it to yourself. You might be excited, share after the fact. Nobody knew I got a new car until I pulled up in it. Because that's how secretive, that's how bad I wanted it, and that's how secretive I was about it. Because I'm like, this is my dream, this is my vision. So I kept it to myself. My sister said, oh, you got a new car? I said, yeah, girl. Right, good. AC going good. You can share after the fact. You don't have to share along the way, unless you want to. But I've learned that sometimes you can't share everything with everybody because there is a such thing as people not being happy for you. And you don't need that negative energy attached to it. because it's been scientifically proven that our words are actually things. And that's how powerful we are. Once we speak it, my mom used to say, be mindful of what you say because you know words cut deeper than a knife. Didn't understand what she means by that from. And it's like, you have to be mindful, but you have to be specific when you're speaking for yourself. Because just like you throw a rock, something comes out of your mouth, you can't get the words back. So be mindful. Stay grateful, stay thankful, stay focused. And don't allow anyone to cast any negative doubt to make you shift your thought process. I used to be that person that if somebody said, oh, you shouldn't do that, and I'm like, I was so excited that she said I shouldn't do it. So I probably missed a lot of opportunities growing up, but you live and learn. And when you know better, you do better. So I'm just sharing this with you today to let you know that you can manifest anything that you want in life. You can have anything that you want in life. But you have to believe it first. You have to believe it yourself first. You have to be mindful, be thankful, and be grateful. And I'm going to leave y'all with that today. And I'm so grateful and thankful that y'all allowed me to come and speak again today. And I look forward to the next time and the next time.
I was out on a boat, 4th of July, my boat at my lake. And I found myself quoting this song that some people say I wrote it. I think I channeled it. And I'm going to sing it for you this morning because I think it's a good one. Divine love can change you, open and heal your heart. Banish and conquer pain that tears you apart. There's one creator, known by many names, different pathways, they lead to the same. So whatever your question, whatever you find, know your creator loves love that's divine. Let that love in. Let that love in. Divine love matters. It gathers and scatters your fears. It's a hand from beyond, lovingly dries your tears. There's one creator, known by many names, and different pathways all lead to the same. So whatever your question and whatever you find, know your creator offers love that's divine. And let their love in. their loving. Trusting yourself can be the biggest thing of all. With your broken wings, you wanna fly, but you're afraid you'll fall. All our creations beside you, loving and guides you home. Open your eyes and see the joy that's on the way. Divine love can take you places that you never dreamed you'd be there. Open your eyes, open your eyes to the dream. There's one creator, known by many names, different pathways, they all lead to the same. And whatever your passion, whatever you find, know your creator offers love that's divine. Let their love in. Let their love in. Let their love in. Let their love in. I think that's a good one. Here's our fearless leader, right there.
It's now time for the conscious giving to our community. Money is a spiritual activity. Spiritual giving is an opportunity to express our gratitude and open our consciousness to receive greater abundance. It is the practice of participating in the circulation of universal good. We have 3 ways to give here at CSL West Georgia. You can put cash or a check in the envelope found in your bulletin. You can donate online by accessing your personal Breeze account using the Breeze mobile app on your phone. You can also donate electronically with your phone by using the information found on the back of your bulletin. This information is also being placed in the chat window for our online viewers. If you donate online, either using your phone or your Breeze account, please put an online giving card in the collection plate to acknowledge your contributions. If you did not pick one up at the door, the usher will be able to give you one. And now, as one consciousness for prosperity, let us say together, freely I give with a feeling of abundance, knowing that my gift blesses others and myself as well. Freely I give, freely I give, from my heart, from my soul. Freely I give, freely I give, gifts come back to me tenfold. Lovingly I give, lovingly I give, from my heart, from my soul.
lonely eyed, come back to me to you.
That mic is low.
And together we say, I am grateful for the divine givingness circulating abundantly through my life, our community, and our world. Announcements. Next Sunday, our guest speaker will be Reverend Bronte Colbert. And our midweek refresher, where we study a reading of the group, is on hiatus for the summer. It will convene again in the fall. Affirmative prayer treatment. If anyone is in need of prayer support, we have prayer cards on the round table next to the door. If you fill one out and put it in the white box, the cards will be collected at the end of service, and a treatment will be done for you during the week. Do we have any visitors? Anyone is visiting for the first time? Okay.
Hey, don't forget John Stringer,
Um,
August 17th.
Okay, and John Stringer will be conducting the entire service
Yes.
for us on August 17th.
Yay! He's so inspirational.
And social media, we are on several media platforms. You can support our center by liking us on Facebook, following us on Instagram, and subscribing to our channel on YouTube. Are there any other announcements? If not, let us stand for our closing affirmation. We go forth today knowing that we are God's blessing in the world. Only good goes from us, only good comes to us, and so it is.
So it is. We're gonna circle up and sing the peace song. We all know we need a peace song.
What are you gonna put the camera on so I can change it back? What, I mean, either Cynthia or back it up, you
Yes,
know?
there is peace on earth, and yes, it begins with me. Yes, there is peace on earth, a peace that was meant to be. Spirit as I bring
Something wrong with that microphone. I was saying there's something wrong with her microphone. It is low.
and perfect love.